Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry, I don't know why this camera is close to me. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about how I nearly got scammed and how I got my first bank open in America. Did I just say that? So probably it's just gonna be like a story time. Okay, so let's see. Get your popcorn. I'm going to release the bomb and the tea. Okay, so I wanted to put this mic inside my chest, but it looks like it's weighing down my shirt and it's probably gonna show somebody's property, which I don't want to. Excuse me. Anyway, so let's get into the video. So why I'm also wearing this cap is I don't know, but it has my brand called Be Grateful, kind of. Yeah, so let's get into the video. I really want to put the mic here because I don't think I'm ready to be holding this mic. Let's figure it out. I'll be right back. Perfect, it worked. Magic. Okay, so what today is story time. I've never done story time before. I don't know if I did before, but I don't know how this goes, but please pardon me, this is my first time of doing story time and I hope you guys like it anyways. So let's go. It's currently 9:52 and I'm supposed to be sleeping by now, but let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So that was 2021 when we first arrived in America. This time around, I'm just going to put myself in this case because I'm going to put myself in this case because I don't want to involve anybody here. So please. So in 2021, first of all, that was the time that the lockdown was there. So when I first arrived in America in 2021, that was during the time that the lockdown was really serious. So everywhere was closed and everything was really literally closed. You can't do anything. So things were really hard to navigate because you've never been to a country before. You just go there and they lock down. You don't even know where to go. So yeah, things were really tight. And it got to a place that, you know, you just go here. You don't know anything, so you have to look for place. Some things you need money to buy foodstuffs, you need money to buy things you want because you are packing to a different country. And literally I wasn't well informed, so I didn't even know what I was packing, so I just picked only my clothes without any foodstuff. So, and fun fact is that I didn't come with a lot of money. Not even a lot of money. I didn't even come with any penny with me. Do you understand? So yeah, so that's what literally happened. So when you go here, you probably want things, you know, some basic things. But I'm someone that when I'm like going somewhere, I picked most of my basic things: my pad, my toothbrush and toothpaste, and my towel. Regardless of where I'm going, whether they will provide it's already given or not, I always go with these basic things because I don't know, I just don't know. I just want to be safe. So yeah, that's what happened. So when I got here and things were that way, and I was like, okay, you know what, I've used all those things that I already brought from home, so I was not emptying all those kind of things. So it's time for the girl to go and look for a job. But literally everything moved from like physically to remote, like virtual, real quick, like a twinkle of an eye. So things were done like virtually. You can't do anything. Even if you want to buy food, you have to buy it, like you have to order it and they will deliver it, all those kind of things. So it was really very difficult to get a job that will allow you and all those kind of things. You get what I'm saying? So, and nose mask was very compulsory, restricted, and I'm someone who doesn't like moving. Like I don't like roaming. So I got into searching for jobs, and because of that, when I got here, I'm trying to speak for myself. This is my first time of doing storytelling. I don't know how this is gonna sound, but yeah, when I got here first, everything locked and I couldn't process a lot of my papers, so things were really hard to navigate all around and all those kind of things. So I still don't know why I put on this cap. Anyways, that is for the girls. So I didn't have a bank account, I didn't have social card, like social security number. I didn't have a lot of things to do things. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so when things were not getting a little bit tight and I was so much in looking for a job to like maybe get something to do, and then maybe I can buy most of my basic need and all those kind of things. So yeah, so I got into searching, and then it was through there that I came across Indeed. That is from there that I learned that there's something like an app called Indeed, or a website called Indeed, that they post a lot of jobs there that you can go there and browse and apply for jobs and all that. So I got into this job. I don't know where I landed, so I was just applying because like I'm someone who I'm someone, if I'm going to put in applications, I don't put in one application, I put in like a number of them. So I got into applying, and I got frustrated because no one reaches out to me, and it was really frustrating and draining because you put in application, you're waiting for the person to say, oh, at least just tell me that you've not qualified, but they won't do that. So it was really getting to me, and I was like, is there something wrong with my experience? Is there something wrong with my resume and all this kind of thing? So luckily one day I received an email for a job offer, and guess what was inside the email? The email was like, you don't really have to do, because it was locked down, and I believed everything about it because like everything was just like going to virtually remote and things were really moving fast. So I was like, okay, fancy, that's an easy job. The email was like, I'm giving you the job, and the only thing you have to do is that you just have like, I'm going to be paying you like $400 every week. $400 every week. That's it. To me, that's a lot of money. You understand? That's a lot of money. So like in a month, that's like probably like 800 plus 800. That's like 1,600. You get what I'm saying? Dollars. I was like, cool. Oh my god, who wouldn't do that? Okay, so I'm like, okay, this sounds great, and the only thing I have to do is that the person is going to send me a check. I'll cast the check out and then use it to do whatever he wants me, or whatever. I don't even know whether it was he or she, or I don't even know, whatever the person wants me to use and then purchase. So I was like, this is an easy job, though I don't have a car. But at that point I'm like, even if I have to walk, I'll walk because I needed a job. So I was like, cool. I did all the information and everything, and then boom, he was like, I need your information, your bank information, your name, your details, so that I will send the money. I'm like, I don't have a bank account. The person was like, oh, no problem, I can send you a check. I'm like, okay. So it has to be on a like someone who have a bank account name, so that the person can deposit it. So I don't have a bank account, so I have to get someone who has a bank account, then put the person's information there, then the person will deposit the check into their bank account and withdraw it for me. So I was like, cool. So let's say Mr. Ben. I was like, Mr. Ben, this is what happened. I had a job, and this is what the person is. And like, I was trying to be like serious to know whether is this really genuine or not. So I gave it to people in the radio. I was like, it's genuine, it's something genuine, because like everybody believed it because everything was moving back to like remotely. So I was like, okay, it's cool, it's something genuine. So I was like, okay, I'm not tripping, let's do it. So I was like, okay, Mr. Ben, I don't want to put people's name here, but Mr. Ben, this is why. And then Mr. Ben read it, and I was like, okay, that's good. I think I can do that for you. So the Mr. Ben already had bank account. So Mr. Ben now gave me his details to give to the person that wants to hire me, to write a check to him, so that he would deposit it into his bank account, since he already have a bank account, and withdraw the money and give it to me, and I'll do whatever the person wants me to do for the person and get paid. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. Mr. Ben said, oh, no problem, I can do that for you. And Mr. Ben gave me the details, the name details, or everything. Then I forwarded it to the person. Within 3 days, the person sent me a tracking number telling me that I've sent you a mail to your mailbox. I checked your mailbox, so check it. I was like, okay, because if someone should say that they did priority is kind of something that is secured, and like something that is like sensitive. I don't want to say sensitive, but something that an important document, they are covered, insurance cover, and all those things. So the person was just on me. I'm like, relax, I'm not running away with your money. So that wasn't even money. But if it was to be money, I'm not running away with it. I'm like, okay, relax, if it gets here, I'll let you know. So the thing got delivered, but it wasn't like updated on the app like the UPS app that I was using to track. So I was like, guy, I've not, like, the thing has not delivered yet. And I was like, okay. So I was there, like, I'm someone who was always in the room. I don't want to go out. So okay, Mr. Ben came by to the house and then said, oh, you guys have meals and you're not checking on them. I'm like, okay, let me go and pick it. So I just went and checked the meals, and I realized that, like, the mail has been delivered. And I was like, okay, fancy. I'm like, okay, Mr. Ben, can you, like, this is the mail, can you deposit it and give me the money? So Mr. Ben deposited the money. You know, like those mobile banking, you can deposit on, like, you don't have to really go to the bank and deposit it. You can just snap it, you can sign on it and take a picture of it and deposit it on your mobile banking. So Mr. Ben said, let me do it that way, because I don't think I'm going to the bank tomorrow. I have things to do. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever you're going to do and get the money from me, I don't have a problem with that. I was like, okay. So Mr. Ben deposited the money, and the money was pending. Mr. Ben had a call. No, not even Mr. Ben. I think the man was, whosoever that person is, I don't even know. I don't even want to know this person. The person called me and was giving me pressure, and I was also giving Mr. Ben pressure, because the person thinks like I'm going to, like, run away with the money or something like that. So I'm like, okay, Mr. Ben, why don't we just go to any of the branches and find out what is going on? But then before you can go to any office, you have to book an appointment. So Mr. Ben was like, okay, I don't know how it works, but I'm going to call them and book an appointment, then we'll go together and check it out. Like, that's cool. So we booked the appointment, and we had like a time to go for the to go and check it out, what is happening in the back. So we went with the physical check. So we went there. So when we got there, what happened, the managers came around, and then they were like, okay, you guys, I need to hold this check, and then I'll run some kind of things and come back and all that. We all believe, and like I was there with, like, we went, like Mr. Ben, I, and 2 other people. So we went there. So the person was like, the banker was like, I think the manager, she was like, it was she was like, I need to run some things and come around, but you guys can stay here. I'll go and check some things and come around. I'm like, Mr. Ben was angry, because Mr. Ben so believed that check was real. So what is happening if I deposit my money and you're not, like, you know, that kind of things. Mr. Ben was like, give me my money, give me my money. So they went back there. I don't know what they talk about, and they came back and they asked, and then we explained what happened. And then the manager was like, you know what, we are going to sustain the bank, like, we are going to seize the check and then fine him, like Mr. Ben, fine Mr. Ben. Was it like $50 or $100 for depositing a fake check? Yeah, you heard me. A fake check. So the manager explained it as to be like, there are people that does that. So when they process the check, it's going to be like a debt on your name. Do you understand? So that was kind of how the check is. So if the process, they can process it, but if the process is like a debt you have taken already without knowing, so you end up paying unnecessary debt, and that's like a scam kind of thing. So Mr. Ben was like, really? Mr. Ben called me. I'm like, my hair was big. I'm like, okay, I'm too small for this all drama. But anyways, let's get this straight. So the woman explained everything and said, okay, watch out, especially the lockdown, they're trying to move everything. People look genuine, but they're not really genuine, all those kind of. She was really good. She was really good. She explained a lot of things to us and all that. Then from there we were like, okay, thank you so much, but I still have to pay Mr. Ben the charges they imposed on his account because of the check he deposited that wasn't real. So I paid Mr. Ben. Yeah. Okay, so when that happened, then we were like, okay, so can we have our own bank accounts? And then the woman was like, yeah, you don't really need to have social security to have bank accounts, so you can create bank account with your passport since we are international students. We were like, hooray. So that I was like, okay, I don't want to ever, I felt bad because I didn't want to put Mr. Ben into that position, because like that wasn't my intention. I was genuinely looking for a job, and it wasn't like I didn't ask people to see their like perspective about that particular offer. So I asked people and they also said, because everything was just moving so fast that you don't even know, people were doing crazy things, like people were just offering crazy jobs just to get things done for them because of the COVID, because they didn't want to go out. So everybody looked at it to be like, it's a genuine thing, go ahead. So I didn't feel bad at the first place, because like I really even showed everything to Mr. Ben before he agreed to do that for me, so I didn't feel bad at that point. But later on I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know why this happened to me, but like from that day my eyes were really open. I scanned everything with my little head. I read everything and just like imagine a lot of things and be like, no, this cannot happen, no, that cannot happen, you know what, everything that way. So it was from there that I said, okay, I feel bad that like I had to pay the debt, because like Mr. Ben didn't ask for it, but I just like, no, I need to pay this. First of all, I wasted Mr. Ben full well to pick me to their place. Second of all, I wasted Mr. Ben's time to go for something that is not successfully. Third of all, I wasted Mr. Ben's, I can't say Ben wasted, but like I kind of like waive his integrity a little bit by making it look like he was a thief or a scammer or something like that. So I really felt bad, and I sent the money to him and asked him to use it and pay for the debt that they incurred from the bank, and it was settled. And from that day I was like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. So I was like, okay, if it were to be my own bank, I wouldn't feel bad like that. By now I don't know his mind, or I didn't know what he was thinking at that point, because I felt like, oh my god, my battery is low. I felt like Mr. Ben should have understood that I wasn't doing it intentionally. You get what I'm saying? If it to be my own bank and this happened, I was like, okay, I didn't mean it. It could also, the person can feel like, oh, you were just doing it to hurt me, but it wasn't that way. Anyways, that's how I got my own bank account open on that day, and from there I started doing things on my own, and whatever that happens, you know. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time on how I nearly got scammed, not even by me but someone in the middle. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys and have a good one. Subscribe. Bye.